Good morning, students. Welcome to class 8 mathematics. In the previous videos, we have discussed about the finding the squares of a numbers. So today I'm going to continue the same chapter, squares and square roots, and we'll discuss the square roots. Finding square roots. Finding square roots. Now look at here. First of all, we must understand some concept of square roots. That is, b is equals to a square is read as b is the square of a. हम इसे क्या पढ़ेंगे कि b a का स्क्वायर है. b is the square of a, and if it is right like this, a is equals to square root b, then we'll read a is the square root of b. This is how we read as square roots. Now, the symbol for square root is this, but for our convenience sake, we omit 2 and write simply this. This is the square root symbol. Either we write this or this, it is same thing, but it is convenient to write this as the symbol of square root. Note one thing is here. You must note that you should note one thing, that the square root of a negative number does not exist. The square root of a negative number does not exist नहीं करता है एक नेगेटिव नंबर का स्क्वायर रूट. It is because the square of a positive or the square of a positive number or negative number is always positive. कोई भी नेगेटिव नंबर हो या पॉजिटिव नंबर, उसका स्क्वायर रूट हमेशा पॉजिटिव ही होता है. एग्जाम्पल के तौर पे देखें. फॉर एग्जाम्पल, सपोज स्क्वायर ऑफ -3 will be -3 into -3, that is 9. Or you take, this is the negative number, square of the negative number is positive, you get. Or you take a square of positive number like 5 square, you will get 25. That is 5 into 5. In this way, we come to see that square root of a negative number does not exist. Now, we are going to learn how to find the square roots, and there are different methods for finding the square roots. To find the square of a number, we have to multiply the number by itself. To find the square of a number, we have to multiply the number by itself. We have read this in finding squares. But to find the square root of a number, the square root of a number, To find the square root of a number, we have to find a number which when multiplied by itself gives the number. But to find the square root of a number, we have to find a number which when multiplied by itself gives the number, gives the given number. This is the difference of square and square roots. Means for the square root we have to simply multiply the number by itself. But to find the square root of a number, we have to find a number which when multiplied by itself gives us given number. Example, finding square of a number. Suppose it is 2 square. So we have to multiply 2 into 2 two times. It will give you 4. But to find the square root of 4, we'll have to find number which when multiplied by itself will give 4. Suppose you want to know 4, so we'll have to find the number 2 into 2. 2 is the number by which can be multiplied by itself to give the given number. So 2 is the number. This is the difference. Now, and the next thing further I'm going to continue this video in the next page. To find the square root of a number by repeated subtraction method. This is the first method I'm going to discuss about finding square roots. To find the square root by repeated subtraction method, we have to subtract the number successively from from the given number. That is, the number we subtract is odd number. The odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11 and so on. So to find a number, to find a square root, of a given number, we have to subtract the odd numbers 1, 3, 5, 7, etc. successively from the given number. That is suppose we want to find the square root of 9. We have to find the square root of 9. What we'll do? We'll subtract first odd numbers, then we'll subtract the second odd number from the answer we got. Then 8 minus 3 is 5. Then again I'll subtract the next odd number 5 from the remaining 5. That is, we have got 0. So we'll find the number of steps after which we have got 0. So here the number of steps performed is 3. Therefore the square root of 9 is 3. Let's see an example to be more clear. Suppose we have to find the square root of 60. We will have to perform the repeated subtraction of odd number from 60. So let's see, 16 minus 1, you got 15, and another subtract the next odd number from 50, that is 3. So it will get 12. Subtract next odd number, you get 7. Subtract next odd number, you get 0. So after 4 steps, 1, 2, 3, 4 steps, after 4 steps, I got 0. Therefore, here we'll write, here we performed 4 repeated subtraction steps. Therefore, root 16 is equals to 4. We just count the number of steps we have performed to get 0, and we will get the answer of the square root of that number. Next page. The next method to find the square root of a number is prime factorization method. Just now I have explained you how to find the square root by repeated subtraction. Now the next method is prime factorization method. Since you know the square root of a given number is a number which, when multiplied, by itself for 2 times results in the given number. This shows that to find the square root, suppose to find the square root of 64 by prime factorization method, let's see how we'll do. First we write the prime factors of 64, and for that we'll do the roughing this side. Take the prime factors of 64, 2 32s are 2 16, 2 8, 2 4, 2 2, 1 2 3 4 5 6 times. So 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. 6 times we will multiply 2 to get 64. So now if you want to find the square root of 64, put the square root on this. 2 into 2, take the pair of this. 2 into 2, take the pair. 2 into 2, again pair. From the pair you take out only one digit, 2. From this pair also 2, and from this pair 2. Multiply these 3. 2 to the 4, 4 to the 8. You get the square root of 64. Another example I want to show you is that to find the square root of 1225. Suppose you are going to find the square root of 1225. So what we'll do? Prime factors. Let prime factors of 1225. 1225 is equals to 5 2s are 5 4s are 5 5s are. You know that it ends with 5, so it is divisible by 5. So 5 4s are 20, 5 9s are 45, 7 7s are 49. Now you see there are 2 5 and 2 7 factors. So 5 into 5 into 7 into 7. What we can do is we can make the pair of this. 5 into 5 is one pair, and 7 into 7 another pair. Now if we put the square root of 1225, we'll have to take only one out of this pair, and here also one out of this pair. We get 7 5s are 35. Either you put square root on both sides, here then here, or you just do this way and find the square root here, and you get one from the pairs. You get the same answer, same thing. So Next, I'm going to show you another theory in this is finding square root. Students, sometimes we come across questions in which we are given to find a square root, a number of digits in a square root of a larger number, suppose a 6 digit, 7 digit number, and we have to find the number of digits in the square root. That simply we don't need to find the square root by the whole process, but there is a formula, there is a way to find the number of digits we get in a square root of a number. Let's see. Suppose, first of all, I should write number of digits in the square root of a perfect square. कितने डिजिट्स होंगे स्क्वायर रूट में एक परफेक्ट स्क्वायर के, ये फाइंड करने हैं. सो वी नो दैट सिंस दिखेगा एग्जांपल्स के तौर पे, सिंस 10 square is equals to 100, that is we got 3 digit number here, 1 2 3. If it is 15 square also we get 225. Here also 3 digit number. If we take 50 square, 25 and 000, that is here we get 4 digit number. In the next, continuing in the next page, if it is 99 square, then we get 9801. This is a 4 digit number. 4 digit number. So we see that now if we multiply with find the square of 100, we get 10,000. That is 5 digit number. 5 digit number. In this way, we observe that if a perfect square, if a perfect square is a 3 digit or a 4 digit number, then its square root will be 2 digit number. That is, from these examples what we see कि अगर कोई 2 digit number या 3 digit number, अगर 2 digit number का हम स्क्वायर रूट निकालते हैं, 1 digit या 2 digit, so we find that square root will be a 2 digit number. If a perfect square is a 3 digit or a 4 digit number, अगर perfect square number 3 digit या 4 digit का है, तो square root will be a 2 digit number. Let's see. Now, with this, we come to conclusion. We conclude that number of digits in a perfect of a number of digits, better I should explain this one in a different way, that if a perfect square is of n digits, अगर perfect square n digits के हैं, then its square root will be of n by 2 digit if n is even number, or n plus 1 by 2 digits if n is odd number. So the square root of a 10-digit number. So with this, from this formula, we conclude that square root of a 10-digit number will be of n by 2, that is 10 by 2, that is 5-digit number, and square root of a 11-digit number will be of n plus 1 by 2, that is 11 plus 1 by 2, that is 12 by 2, is six-digit number. So this is the way we find the number of digits in a square root.